Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips, Damo Camilleri. You are the actual host today.
I am.
So host us on this topic.
Okay. So,
in light of recent events.
in light of recent events,
In Australia.
and in light of just general nonsense that our government does, it's really frustrating, right? So, there are two versions of a movie that we all should love called RoboCop.
Sure.
There is an X-rated one, an R18 version, right? The X-rated one has some tits in it. And that's where we draw the line between R and X, or some titties.
Game of Thrones is on TV every...
Ben, have you
it's
seen
taken a while.
Lunatics, Chris Lee's new special?
Yes.
There's a porn, there's a pussy shot.
Yeah.
Sorry, a vagina shot.
I have seen the first couple episodes of that.
Okay.
I will get back to the rest of it, but yes.
Yeah, I just needed to watch to make sure my students, like, I was up to date with what they're going to talk about.
Up to date with what they're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have these classifications, R18.
Damo, why are you searching on Pornhub?
If there's an R-rated movie, you can't purchase tickets for your kids. You can't go in.
Yeah, it's not like M or MA
do anything like
where
that.
you can buy for them.
No. There's no parent or guardian. It's an adult thing. So we are still able to get R-rated movies here in Australia. But when it comes to fucking video games, and I apologise for my French right now,
It's going to get worse, don't worry.
some unknown reason,
You can get R-rated games.
we can get R-rated games, but we can still not rate something because of drug use, of sexual innuendos and other things. And it's like, okay,
Well, yeah, that was one of the Saints Row ones where they had the giant dildo that
yeah.
they didn't allow in the country because
Yeah,
you could
that's all
just
those
lodge
had
it.
a giant dildo.
Yeah, but
this had
the ratings boards probably weren't as thorough back in the day.
Was that the dildo gun? Was it something?
Yeah, it might have been something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it made...
It was like a giant dildo weapon of some sort. I don't remember.
I can't remember. And then it was the drugs. They changed the name of the drugs, or they just removed the drugs completely.
That was in 4.
Yeah.
No, they took out a mission with drugs in it.
Yeah,
And I
but
played
then I
that
think they still
mission.
had to change the name of it, and it just felt weird, and
Yeah.
all these dumb things, right? Yeah, when Grand Theft Auto came by, I remember one of the managers at EV, rest his soul,
He's dead.
I don't know. Oh, sorry,
He will be at some point. We all will be.
Bless his soul. A parent was like, "Yeah, I want to buy this for my kid," and he looked at the
My
kid,
kid.
and it's like 12 years old. You know, maybe couple of maybe he had a pube coming out of his chin or whatever. And he's just like, "You realise this is R-rated game?" "Yeah, I know." It's like, well, all right, don't tell me he didn't warn you, but there's nothing. Your hands are tied. So I want to know, with you obviously, I clearly disagree with how our government handles things in this.
And a million other ways.
Just what's the point of having a rating system if we're still going to bar games from coming over that aren't rated past R? Like we fought so hard to get R, and once we finally got it, we've lost content from games. We've been made fun of by South Park, which is an honour and a disgrace at the same time. Like we've had a game that I'm getting advertisement for on my Switch that doesn't exist.
Oh, Katana Zero, yeah.
Katana Zero, and
That's
this
the
is
most
what
recent
brought it
one.
up. This is what
Review player2.net.au, you go check it out. We played it before it got banned.
Exactly. My friend was like, "Hey, if you're really into video games and stuff like that, you should definitely play something like this." And I'm like, "Oh, awesome!" And then I saw Player2 talk about it, and then I get the tweet that says on PC and Switch now, and I'm like, "Switch!" And then Paul,
Yeah, he put up a tweet and I was
crushed
like,
me.
sorry mate, not to be.
So yeah,
Tweet.
what's the deal? Where can we move? Like, I'm going to ask a whole bunch of questions. I'm very angry at the moment, so we're probably going to have to think. Let's just start from the basics. What's the deal? Like, what's the deal with our rating system? Is it dumb? Is it thing? How can we improve it? All that jazz. Like, what are you guys thinking?
Well, do these people actually play games? That's question number 1.
Yep,
Well, the rate they do. But
If they don't, get out.
that's true. It's like that. What's that? That the law that just passed in Europe.
Brexit?
No, and the other one, the content law.
Oh,
Fresh
yeah.
banned memes or whatever.
So the copyright. Was it the copyright thing?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember the law. Rule 16 or whatever they call it.
Order 66.
But whatever it was, apparently,
Crush the Jedi.
apparently, like, the vote went one way, even though, like, a whole bunch of people there barely use the internet and didn't really understand the question, and a whole other bunch of people didn't understand how to vote properly, so they voted the wrong way. It's like, well, we just passed a law in the UN or whatever.
Society, huh?
Just dumb shit.
When it comes to our system over here, I've got no problem with the people who play the games to classify them.
Mm-hmm.
It's the system that they've got to work in that's broken.
Okay.
Like, for the longest time, they're like, before the R18 came in, like, we're going to ban this game because we deem it to be above MA. Like, I probably agree with you.
Yeah.
But now the game's not allowed because our system doesn't allow us to release games that are greater than MA. They brought that in, and now the government decision, wherever that gets made, that's like interacting with drugs and making drugs seem to be good is something we don't accept that's even okay in an R-rated game. So then all of a sudden, if that's a feature of a game, because you inject drug X and it actually improves your stats or whatever it is, that's all of a sudden that's making drugs look like a good thing, so we have to ban it because they're the rules that we're stuck with. I would like to think that whoever's sitting there playing the game is objective enough they can sit there and go, it has this, which means it falls in this category.
Yeah.
And they may not like that fact, they may not even agree with that fact. I mean, you'd like to think that the people who are playing them for ratings boards, they probably actually understand a fair bit about games. They'd need to after the number they've played.
I mean, our classification system right now, it's going to be so many shades of grey that, like, things. The Lego movies, PG, right? The first one.
Yeah.
And I was like, so apparently I wasn't allowed to watch that with my students, even though they all had permission to watch PG.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I was like, oh, what do you mean? Like, and this substitute teacher was like, no, you can't watch that. I'm like, why is it even PG? And someone's like, they shoot guns. I'm like, they're toys. It's not an actual Lego gun. It's a Lego, and they're shooting Lego blocks that don't do any damage. Explain to me how that's beyond, like, parental guidance there, you know?
I know I'm not going to rat this person out. I know an ex-colleague of mine, former school, and he's no longer there, and neither am I, that once opted to put The Hangover on for his Year 10 class. I could not believe it.
They're all over 18.
I thought it was
15. Year 10s.
Movies are 18 and there's tits everywhere, if I recall.
Yes, there is. At the end of the movie, there's tits.
Yes, sorry, good point.
There's full frontal nudity.
It doesn't pull any punches.
That's alright.
What was The Hangover or The Hangover Part 2? It was one of those two anyway. Either way, there's a lot of nudity and that sort of stuff that shouldn't be shown on the school premises.
So it depends. If there's a magic show, then it's 2.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no magic show, it's 1.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's so long ago. It was literally my first year there. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And he left at the end of that year.
So you're saying to fix our issue that we have right now...
It's higher than the people who are actually rating the games.
Yeah, and look, I don't blame the people that rate the games. I blame the system. A lot of systems here in Australia are up the duff. No, that's when you're pregnant. Up shit creek without a paddle.
Ship Creek.
Okay, Ship Creek. We're shipping the Australian government with the Chinese government, and they're going to make beautiful government babies. That's how shipping works, isn't it?
Sure.
But, look, my issue is that, like, how do games still get banned? And I know you just explained that. I don't think it makes sense though, and I think it's a problem that, I don't know, we need to go on change.org or whatever and get people to start signing and making this obvious. I think we need to stop interacting with idiots like Sunrise and Today Tonight when they're like, this person played so much Fortnite that his dad installed a drink bottle on his bed because he wouldn't stop playing games. It's like, we live in a world, right? We live in a world...
Remind me to break that out.
We live in a world where we give attention to the wrong things, right? We keep giving attention to idiots.
Yes.
And so when we do, the media look at it and they go, well, that got a lot of attention. Let's run that story again in 3 months. I bet you any money in a couple of months there's going to be some other game that the kids are into. This kid plays so much Fortcraft that fucking he's got diabetes. He's got diabetes because he was born with it. He didn't even do the story properly. But like, I'm just I'm just saying, we gotta stop engaging.
Isaac Butterfield all over.
Gotta stop engaging with the idiots and start engaging with the people that can change it. So we can unite the gamers, you people out there watching this, tell your friends, jump on change, make a bunch of dumb campaigns.
All listening.
Share, sign, whatever, I don't care.
Like, share, subscribe.
But I think the system's broken. And I think we need to start fighting. Like, it's like, oh, this game got banned. It's like, what for? Drugs? It's like, but we don't fight enough.
That's why I'm anxious about Cyberpunk.
And that's it. If Cyberpunk gets pulled, I'll riot. I don't care. What are they going to do?
I have...
Don't we
eat this government. I've already got my US PlayStation account ready, and it's topped up with $60 of United States PlayStation account currency.
$3,000.
It cost me like $600. But damn it, if it happens, I'm ready. And if it doesn't happen, I've got $60 of US dollars that I don't know what I'm going to do with.
If I've learnt anything, all you have to do is link arms, hold up signs during peak hour in the middle of...
in Flinders Street Station.
Flinders Street Station, if you're a Melbourneite, you get it. And then let down the ties of a bunch of politicians. And that's how you get your message out there, apparently. Maybe we should...
Let's do it.
I don't know.
We'll take a day off work. We'll hold a sign saying, I am a teacher. I am a teacher. I am a... What are you doing? Have we actually discussed that on camera?
We have drugs in games. Look, I don't know. Like... I feel just a bit ranty here, but okay. Let's look back at shit that's happened, right? Let's look at South Park, a prime example of what happened when they didn't ban the game.
Did we have R at that point? I can't remember what it was rated.
We did have R.
I think that's where it just got introduced.
Yeah, we had R, but there was things that they were like, "Oh, you can't have that."
Sexual violence.
The game gets banned. And it was like, so instead, we got a koala crying.
Which is...
And a message.
in the back.
I've jumped on YouTube and watched what actually happened, and the koala crying is far funnier.
Yeah, and that might be. It's also...
the Australians got the definitive edition of South Park: The Stick of Truth.
It's also, though, that we're a laughing stock.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
we're good
more
for
than
laughing
happy to poke fun at ourselves. We're Australian, we can cop it. But at the same time, it's like... what's the point of R if we don't use R? It's like, our R's because they swore a lot in the game. It's like, yeah, but there was no animated blood, really. The blood was a minimum. If you look at something like Sin City, it's rated R. But no, it's rated MA.
No, it's MA.
It's MA because it's all black and white.
Except for the red.
So yeah, except for the red. But the blood's barely red. Blood's mostly white.
Ah, yes.
Or white or grey. So that's how they got away with it. Kill Bill would have been rated X if he had not have black and white those scenes.
I mean, the weird thing about the way games get reviewed... Oh, sorry, not reviewed.
What about Saving Private Ryan? Blood everywhere.
What's that rated?
MA.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
That's historic.
It's exactly right. You can. So what we're now we're on something. So to make shit come through Australia, we've just got to put some historic value on it.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Just add Anzac Day hats.
Oh Jesus!
Just put on an Anzac hat, little cougar with a feather in it, and it's like, there you go. That's allowed in because that's a fucking Aussie spirit right there.
The weird thing about it is that there's so many games that we play that are rated MA that if that was a movie would probably only be rated M.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that it's interactive, and this is the real problem. This is the government's problem. Is that because you're doing it yourself, it makes it so much more visceral and it makes someone more likely to be violent.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, yeah, they're examples of it. Yeah,
the torture scene.
Yeah, so next minute we're all going to go be Trevor and go and ruin someone's day.
Nope.
Of course we're not, because we're not morons.
There's like you were saying with the whole news, people went on a drive by friend stealing cars because they played Grand Theft Auto. I thought, no, come on, don't be stupid.
What, really?
Yeah, that's
you hear that sort of stuff.
Anybody that's stealing cars is stealing cars because they know how to steal cars.
Yeah.
It's not because you played Grand Theft Auto. But the media you can't just press triangle and jump into a car.
Yeah. They're quick to find their scapegoat. I mean, look, those New Zealand attacks a while back weren't great, but the media were very quick to... And I'm not a big fan of the person that I'm going to discuss. I think we've discussed him negatively in past episodes. But just before the dickhead, the one that recorded himself, got out of his car and ran into the mosque and did what he did, he said subscribe to PewDiePie.
Did he?
And so people are quick to go, oh, it's PewDiePie's fault.
Yeah.
Look, I think PewDiePie might be racist, but there's no way in hell that he's telling people to go out there and go shoot people and all that sort of thing. Not under any sort of pseudonym, not under his PewDiePie name, not even he's that dumb. It's just some crazy dickhead who happens to be a fan of PewDiePie who he's unstable and says, hey, I subscribe to PewDiePie as he gets
What if
out
he
of
had
his
said, you always enjoy Coca-Cola? We're going to go out and be like, oi, fuck Coke. We should be saying that. Long live Pepsi.
Shut up.
No, I agree with him. No, long with Pepsi.
Yeah, in second place.
Oh wait, was there a Jenner in an ad for that?
Pardon?
There was a Kardashian in an ad for a Pepsi.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh,
she got shit hung on her for it. I don't know what it was for.
Oh, was that... No, wasn't it
Because
the...
if he was lying with Pepsi, you're second
Wasn't
rate.
there the fucking Pepsi backlash?
Yeah.
No, wait. No, this is completely off topic. Fucking... Let's get back on
Do you
track.
think Pash ever stays on topic?
So, yeah, but that's... Okay, so you're bringing up points here.
It's the interactive part.
The interactive part.
That's where they have their issue.
Okay.
Because I would say a large portion, not all, but a large portion of MA rated games. Uncharted is rated MA. It is Indiana Jones.
No.
Yeah.
As if.
Yeah, there's. I don't think it's all of them, but I believe there's some Uncharted along the way where they're rated MA. They're Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but there's a lot more shooting.
Interactive. Yeah,
but you can't.
I mean, Indiana Jones. Like if you played an Indiana Jones game, and I believe there's.
No, it's all is.
There's rumours that there's one in development somewhere along the way, and I'm damned if it's not basically an Uncharted.
I hope you get to play Shia LaBeouf.
Do it.
You jump in a fridge. Yeah. Survive the nuke. Look, whatever. Like if you had an Indiana Jones thing that had been turned into a game in the modern setting, it'd have that much shooting as well.
I hear.
Uncharted's not visceral or ridiculously violent. It's an M-rated movie, the equivalent of.
Yeah. No.
But it gets bumped up because it's
interactive.
They look like real people. That's another thing. If they look like aliens, it's okay because you're shooting things that's not really like. It's the realism thing that's the issue for them.
Okay.
So what about that VR game where you're a surgeon? Is that
Surgeon Simulator?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
That's interactive. So like, oh, no, it's alright.
Yeah, but you're a surgeon. I'm trying to help someone.
So I learned.
It's probably rated G.
Can't you just like pick up like a heart and like throw it out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pulling intestines.
Alright, I need to play Surgeon Simulator in VR.
And then all you have to do is just drop the heart in and you're done.
Yeah.
And then
It's like Operation.
And then you're there with the hammer just whacking the ribs up into about 1,000 pieces. I'm thinking, that's pretty sure that's not how you actually do it for surgery.
And sorry, this is on PlayStation VR? I'm getting it.
Yeah,
I think it is.
Yes. Ages. It was a game before
Probably
VR. I think it was like
I think Barjo's played it once. That's where I saw it.
Oh, Barjo.
And he was there playing.
Big man.
Scholar. We've gotten distracted again.
But yeah, again, that's also a point
I don't agree with
that kind of bring up. Like,
Barjo.
no, something like Surgeon Simulator is extremely violent. Like, you're opening somebody up, you're throwing around their organs and stuff like that. But because it's slightly cartoony, ever so slightly though. Like, it's about as real as VR could get at that stage. Or, I think it was before it was VR.
And now we've gone full realism thanks to Beat
I
Saber.
think there was a Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah. I can't remember, but maybe it was.
Yeah, Surgeon Simulator.
Maybe it has been VR from the word get-go.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
Because Surgeon Simulator's been there since the Wii, because you use the Wii remotes and you were cutting.
Oh, no shit.
So that's a thing. But yeah, it's one of those weird sort of topics, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
No, we don't. But
That's why we have workarounds. If you want it on the Switch, it's a region-free console. Create yourself an international account.
Ooh.
Fuck. That's so brilliant.
And also, I believe it was already available on Steam before the ban came in, so you can just go and buy it on Steam.
Yep.
Australian dollars, I don't care. It won't be an issue. But yes, you can get it. Just create an international account.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Paul.
That's what I did with Cyberpunk 2070, or I'm doing in case of.
Is that another thing that maybe we have to start using a workaround with, like region free, starting up other accounts? Like, again, like, it sucks that, you know, when Netflix came over, like, we don't have a huge library, and we still have a pretty average library, but it's getting better.
God bless the dawn of the VPN.
And then, yeah, well, that's it. And then they were like, no, we're going to start geo-blocking this, because obviously they were getting pressure from somewhere along the line. But, I mean, it's weird. I still pay US prices, though. I can't use the US to count. Bullshit. But, okay. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But let's so like, maybe that's it. That's the message we're able to send to the government. It's like, you know what, you're going to keep banning these things, we'll just find a way. Well, just making a black market for us.
Well, you're talking about that, and it's the same sort of thing. So I read something in the news the other day that piracy is back on the up again.
Because Netflix competitors.
Well, yeah, there's so many different competitors for Netflix and those sort of things that people are like, well, I want to watch Man in the High Castle on Hulu. I want to watch this on Netflix. I want to watch this on Stan. But damn, I'm not.
I don't want to support Disney.
Yeah, whatever.
It's another one.
But all of a sudden, the amounts that I'm paying for this subscription are less than what I would have gotten back in the day.
Did you see my Facebook status the other day?
Maybe it was the same one.
You don't use Facebook that much, do you?
Not that much anymore. But it might have been a link to the same article though. And those costs are adding up to more than what people were paying for Foxtel back in the day, or their equivalent cable thing overseas. So people are starting to revert back to piracy, and Game of Thrones is a sucker for that at the moment. It was downloaded 15 million times in day one, in the first few hours.
Yeah, well, you can't stop Game of Thrones downloads. Sorry, I'm not waiting. But so wait, where's my status? Just like, okay, yeah. So here it goes. Rise of Netflix competitors has pushed consumers back towards piracy, and I'm like, I remember back in the day, people were like, I'm never paying for TV. So then they pay $10 for their Netflix. And they're also paying $10 for Stan, which again, Australian viewers understand. American viewers, Stan here is your Disney Plus or whatever. Like, that's what thing. Disney bought Hulu. We can't get Hulu here, so we had Stan. So we're kind of getting
the same thing,
best of both worlds. And then you pay for your Spotify, and you pay for your Amazon Prime, and then you don't want ads on your YouTube, so you pay for the premium. Then you want to watch wrestling, so you pay $12.99. And then you're like, damn, I want the UFC, so you pay $10 for a fight pass. And then you go, shit, I need $10 or $15 a month for my PlayStation Plus, because they give out amazing games, everything.
Far fewer of them since
all of a sudden that pirate turns around and goes, I just pay $70 a month for really, really good internet. And you're like, yeah. How much is a hard drive again? You know? Yeah, people have access to Plex, which is amazing. Like, you know, you can make your own Netflix account, you know.
So a short version is, if you're ultra desperate, fuck the government, find your way around it.
Yeah, we've got to start though. It's like, send the message to them to stop banning
we've got to do it properly as well.
Yeah, send the letters. Make sure you're at Pauline Hanson. Get her behind it. Sure, she's the real powerhouse.
She's a real video game vet.
I think if you want not something to get through, you give it to Pauline Hanson.
Tell her to ban more games. Start adding to Pauline Hanson. They're like, you know what's wrong with this country, Pauline? Too many video games. Tell them to ban them all. We get enough of you guys doing that, and then, I don't know, get Bernie Sanders over here or whatever.
Bernie Sanders.
We'll get Clive Palmer. You can do
Clive, mate. Like Australia, great.
Anyway, we are getting really sidetracked.
I'm sorry.
Cyberpunk 2077 is probably the biggest one that I think that's the one we're worried about, and we'll get around it.
I know we'll get around it, but we shouldn't have to.
What if they change the drugs to lollipops?
Sucking a lollipop and your health restores.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm more than happy to inject a lollipop into my arm now. Like, there's no issue with it. Just hook it to my vein.
Surgeon Simulator style, just cuts it open, sticks a lollipop in, good to go.
Yeah, sugar rush.
I think on that note, we're probably at a good place to wrap it up.
We are. So again, go out there, send the message, fight the power. At me, at Tacos Talks.
At Matto_Phil.
You've already done yours. So Paul James Games and the website Player2AU. Like, share, subscribe. That'll get you access to a whole bunch of awesome videos. Visit the website player2.net.au. Catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/player2au. There's a few streams per week now. Patreon.com/player2au. Kicking a few bucks, early access to episodes and monthly exclusives. And that might be all she wrote. This is a lengthy topic. Probably one of the longest we've done since the three of us have started doing our thing.
Yeah, it's a more ranty, not enough information, and I apologise.
Completely baseless comments. Just pirate is basically what we said.
Just find... Look, and that's the thing, guys, we're living in... And I know, this is the last thing I'm going to say, we live in an age where we are very well networked. So if you are struggling with things, and there are things that you want to play, ask your mates. Like, my mate was able to bought the... South Park Sticker Truth on Steam, and he was like, "You just changed this file code, and it unlocked everything." Like, so there are ways around it. But if there's things you want to see, we've got YouTube to see it as well. Like, it's shit, but Yeah,
we'll just keep ignoring the government, basically.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.